And as always, if you like what you see here at the channel, please like and subscribe. I try to put out a video at least once a week that's supposed to be educational and to help you conserve your comics and make your collection last for years to come. Hey everybody, I'm back. So as promised, we have our Thrilling Comics number 51. I've just removed it from the humidity chamber, and we're going to demonstrate how we put a new spine on. All the pages have been pressed flat, and the staples have been inserted, as you saw in the last segment. So what I generally do is I have my heat press plate here. I have um, brand new backer board, so it's nice, smooth, no imperfections in it. We'll put that down. You notice I'm hanging this over the edge gradually. Because what we're going to do is, all we're going to do is press a new spine in. Then it's going to go into the humidity chamber again, get rehumidified with its new spine, and then it will get its final press. And when we do all this, I use silicone release paper, SRP as we call it. I use this in everything we do. Now, granted, this particular book does not have a lot of sizing in it, so it's a little bit flat on the outsides. So what I'll do is I'll take this, and as you see, it's got a nice roundness to it. And let me scoot this out of the way for a second. So I'll take and square everything up, and I'll keep this round fold in it. So I'll line up all the corners and everything looks good. And then I'll hold it like this, and I'll put everything back down. Now, keeping this lined up, and we don't want to flatten this with it'll leave staple marks on the sides. So to alleviate this, I have a couple different things that I use depending on the book. I'll show those here, and we're going to use this today. Um, we can put this card inside and insert it, and that keeps the space in there and allows for the the gap to be held. I also have a clear plastic version, but in today's case, we're just going to go ahead and use this one. So again, fold it, square everything up nicely to where we're pleased with the corners and everything meets. And then we're going to hold this down here. Let me go ahead and turn this on and make sure it's warm. So then I will take this piece and I'm going to insert it in here. This provides a gap for the staple. So everything looks nice. I'll take another sheet of the silicone release paper, put it on top of here. And granted, this may not be necessary for a comic such as this that's somewhat flat. Then we'll take another magazine board, put it over there, maintain my grip on this to make sure everything stays squared up. And then I'll take another aluminum plate. I use aluminum and stainless steel in what I do here. Again, cross-check it before we clamp this down. And I'm sorry if the microphone is picking up the horrible beeping sound, but it's necessary. Okay, so right now we're ready. So we'll go ahead and clamp this down. Okay, and I double check everything looks good. This is nice and squared up. Now we don't have to leave it in here for a long time because it is going to go back into the humidity chamber. What we do want to do is warm it up. Just keep this spine pressed. This looks great. I'm really happy with the alignment on it. So I'll pause this and we'll come back to it in a moment. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat press off. It's only been in there, I think maybe 3 minutes now. So we'll lift this, then we'll take the pieces apart. We'll take a look at it. Ouch. Aluminum does retain its heat. And of course, all this is, now this board has been twisted. That's from the moisture coming out of the book itself. Silicone release paper. We'll pull this strip out for this. And just to be clear, this is just for a spacer to keep the staples from crushing into the paper. And one thing I didn't cover earlier was the temperature. I was just using 160 degrees Fahrenheit for about 3 minutes. Now, the outer edges of this are still somewhat moist from the humidity, but as you can see, we now have a new spine. It's squared. And I didn't roll it on the line. Yeah, it's going to be a misalignment, and the staples are in the back. But this is the way that the book was meant to be folded originally. So it's nice and square, and it looks nice, even though it does wrap around the edge, and the back sides are nice and squared up. Okay, so this is going to go back into the humidity chamber for a little while, and then we'll do the final pressing. Okay, it's out of the humidity chamber. Now, standard pressing rules apply to this. And when I say standard, it's what we normally do and how we press a book. So let's go ahead and find the centerfold in here. There it is. Now you notice the pages are somewhat off-centered. And we're going to take a magazine backer board, and we are going to put that right in the middle. And then we are going to take a sheet of we'll take a sheet of regular paper. This is 20-pound bond, just normal paper. And we shove it in here. I'm going to pull this back of the board just slightly back, and we shove it in there where we just have everything in there. And not that this book is, I'm worried about page breaks. That would be kind of funny with all of it, everything we've been through. But I do want to get this paper in there as much as possible. And again, we have a backer board, silicone release paper, and we build a sandwich. So this is going to go down like here. Take another piece of silicone release paper on top, and another backer board, and then we take our aluminum, put that on top, and then we're going to go ahead and press this. Now, what I'm going to press this for is I'm going to set this at a lower temperature. This can be 140 degrees Fahrenheit for 999 seconds, and I'll run this through twice, and then I'll turn it off, and I'm going to leave it completely pressed, and it will spend the night this way. And when you're doing your press, you don't want to like really wrench it down, but you do want to have it to where the height is just right, where you can take 2 fingers and just push your press down. That's about it. Okay, we'll come back here tomorrow after it's cycled a couple times, and we'll see what it looks like in the morning. Now I went ahead and moved the book over to my 2 half-inch thick sheets of glass. This is my cold press. This is where I can absorb everything through the glass. And it'll sit here for another 24 hours, and the book will be ready to go and be submitted. So I'm very happy with the way things turned out. The book, as I've removed it from here, looks great. I mean, I'm really happy with it. It's nice and flat, the colors look good, and it is a conserved book, so that's all I'm going to expect back from CGC.